Well then, been a while since I did one of these, and since the Equestria Girl shorts are the only thing to keep us entertained until season 8 comes along, I might as well talk about OCs that are not found in Equestria for once. So, Equestria Girls OCs. Not many I know actually have one, probably because most artists charge extra for human characters, if they do them at all. Also, I noticed that there aren't that many people that actually do videos on Equestria Girls. Maybe they review one of the movies, but that's one video a year max. So yeah, since I mostly hang out with the analysis crew, no surprise there, why bother to get a set of poses you don't use? There are also a lot of people that simply don't care about Equestria Girls for one reason or the other, even claiming that it is non-canon. Good thing that Shadowplay set that record straight. Now, what do you have to keep in mind when creating your own Equestria Girls OC? Well, first of all, I wouldn't start with creating an Equestria Girls OC. Okay, I think I need to explain myself there. Equestria Girls is in the end still a My Little Pony spin-off. Most major characters are human versions of the characters we've seen in the show. Even some characters that originated in Equestria Girls have pony counterparts that never appeared in the show proper, like for example Junitor Montage. And there are enough clues to figure out how several other characters would look like as ponies. Most of them have symbols that are very reminiscent of cutie marks somewhere on them, so it's rather easy to translate their design into pony form. Therefore, you should design a pony OC first and base your appearance of your EQG character on that. Of course, this is a completely optional step. You don't have to do it, but I personally think it's a great help to stay consistent. Not to mention that you probably already have a pony OC to begin with, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, you got your pony OC, and now you turn it into a human. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, there are some things to consider. Your main design, for example, might not work so well on a human head. Just compare human Rarity's hair with Pony Rarity's mane. They slightly altered it so it doesn't look like Rarity shaved half of her head. And perhaps one of the most important things to consider, your skin color. You might think you just need to copy your colors from your Pony OC and slap it on a human base, but that is not true. If you compare the main 6 and their human counterparts, you might notice that the coat of our beloved ponies is a bit darker than the skin tone of the human 6. Now admittedly this is more noticeable on some characters than others. You can see it much better on characters that have a dark colored coat as ponies, like for example Luna. Or did you ever notice that human Big Mac skin is more pink than red? Principal Celestia goes into the other direction though, as her pink skin is darker than the white coat of her pony counterpart. So if the coat of your pony is already rather bright, you might want to go into this direction as well. Now why is that? Seems like a rather odd design choice, right? Well, I suppose they did it to make the skin look a bit more natural, and you also have to keep in mind that the pony designs don't have to account for clothes. At least most of them. Sure, they have fancy outfits once in a while, but it's not part of their standard character design. And maybe they are supposed to look more Caucasian this way. I don't know. This of course brings us to the clothes of your OC. Well, this is a benefit or disadvantage Equestria Girls OCs have over normal pony OCs, depending how you look at it. Sure, you can give your pony some clothes, but most stick with some simple accessoires to give them some personality, and the choices are somewhat limited to begin with. Your human OC obviously needs some clothes, and you have much more options. While you can keep it neutral and give them just a bland shirt and a pair of pants or a skirt, you can go wild here. After all, fashion can be a statement. A small detail can say a lot about your character. Maybe your character dresses like a hippie or a rocker. Well, I probably don't really have to explain that. It's rather self-explanatory. But there are some things to keep in mind regardless. First of all, we are talking about casual clothes here. So you should try to give your character clothes a normal person would wear. unless it's for a special occasion, or your point is that your character is not normal, of course. Next there are the colors. If your OC has purple skin, you should try to find clothes that work with that color. Some colors just don't mix that well. You can also use clothes to imitate the appearance of your pony OC a bit more closely. For example, take a look at Big Mac. While his skin is pinkish to look more natural, he wears a jacket that has the color of his pony counterpart. And of course he can't wear a horse collar, that would look ridiculous on a human. But you can color the collar of his shirt brown so it resembles it. And like I mentioned earlier, most characters wear their cutie marks somewhere on their body. You should try to incorporate yours in your design. You can slap it on your shirt, or maybe it's a small accessory your character wears like an earring or other jewelry. It doesn't have to stick out either. I mean, did you even notice that Timberspruce has his cutie mark on his head? Just try to fit it in somewhere if your character has a cutie mark. Now, this is of course all assuming you have a pony OC. If you have a non-pony OC like me, things are of course a bit different. There are not really any rules regarding this. So far, we only have 4 examples for non-pony characters in Equestria Girls. Spike, the Sirens, the Diamond Dogs and Cranky Doodle Donkey. For donkeys apply the same rules as far as I can tell. But the Deslings for example have no features like a haircut you can take from their siren form and put on their human form other than their general color scheme. So you have to get creative there. The Diamond Dogs are a borderline example as they already had an anthropomorphic appearance, so they were just adjusted to look a bit more human-like and got some clothes and hair. And then there's of course Spike, who got turned into a dog. And I guess that applies for all dragons? Of course that is not really a rule, but it also begs the question. Is the same true for other creatures from Equestria? Would for example Manticore be turned into a kitten? In other words, your Equestria Girls OC doesn't necessarily have to be human, I guess. It could be a dog, a cat, or maybe a rabbit. In any case, the trick is to make your OC look somewhat similar to their counterpart from Equestria. Let's compare my human and fox OC for example. The color scheme of my Equestria Girls OC is supposed to be reminiscent of my fox. While my skin is more pinkish, my hair and suit have the same color as the fur of my fox. I also wear a white shirt under my jacket, which is reminiscent of the fur on my chest. And the reason I wear black clothes is because my fox has black paws. This is just one example to make it work. Now then, you might want to do the pony up version of your OC as well. There isn't much I can say about that. A ponied up Equestria Girls character gets hair extensions that resembles a tail, and pony ears and wings if they are Pegasus or an Alicorn in Equestria. I still don't quite get why unicorn horns are not included. When your OC is not a pony in Equestria, you might want to add different features based on your species. In my case, I would probably grow foxtails and ears. The only thing you have to remember is that when a character ponies up, the pony ears actually replace the human ones. This would look rather awkward if it wasn't for the fact that the humane 6 have either their ears covered or partly covered by hair hairbanks. So you don't really notice the missing human hairs when they pony up because it simply looks like they hid them under their hair. You probably want to keep that in mind if you plan a ponied up version of your OC. Make sure that the missing ears are concealed in some fashion or it just looks a bit off. Well, and then there are of course the magical girl transformations introduced in Legend of Everfree. I got nothing to say other than that I think the crystal spike wings are kinda stupid. And I guess that's about it, but what about you? Do you have an Equestria Girls OC? Any other advice for those who want to make them? Let me know in the comments. I am Tricky Fox. Stay foxy.
Sly as a fox, you got me under your spell. But you know I'll never tell that I know you know so well. Sometimes